So let's talk about our subject pronouns then. We'll just make a list right here. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the box on the other page that we're on, they put the plural ones across from the ones that are singular. So je is across from nous, because je plus one more is we, or I plus one more is we. You plus one more is you all, and he plus one more is they. So that's why those are across. The one side had the singular, the other side had the plural. Can you tell me, how would you say I in French?
Je.
Je. Je is I in French. Yes. And so, how would you say you to a friend in French? You. Good. And then he would be
Il.
il. She is
Elle.
elle, and one would be
On.
on. Then how would you say we?
We.
We.
Vous.
New. It's going to be new for we. And then vous is you all, or you formal. And then how would you say comment dit-on? Comment dit-on just means how does one say they in French for a group that has at least one guy in it.
Ils.
Il, and then they that has all females, no males.
Elles.
Elle. You don't hear the S because in French that last consonant's not pronounced unless the next word starts with a vowel, or unless it's a C or F or L. All right, so I've got those up there so you can refer back to them if you need to. We can put what they mean if that helps. It's not going to leave room for them though if I do that. Let me see.
Teachers, please pardon the interruption. There's a WBEA representative in the cafeteria or commissary at this time. If you'd like to stop by, this is an additional 12:30.
And then il and elle are they. Just remember that the vous can also be informal, and that and for one person, even though I just put for you all, because I have room for everything there. Okay, so now if we start timing you, the first thing you would do is you would mark what is we, and it would go in this box and be new. That's all you're doing. Okay, so what would you replace Mr. Ali with? What pronoun? In English, you say he, so which one would you use in French? Can you tell me? You use il. Why isn't that showing up? When I typed it, it wouldn't show the L for some reason. Let me try it again. Weird. Il. I just need capitals. For one, what would that pronoun be? Oh, right. So that's all you do. And so I'm going to go and fill that one in. And then you guys, I'm going to give you 1 minute. We see the timer running, and we will start now and go. And just write them on your own papers. You don't have to write just the answer is fine, and the number. Okay, and stop. So what subject pronoun did you replace? What did you put on your papers for they, all female? How would you say they, all female in French?
Elle.
L with what on the end? An S. Make sure it's L plural. That's what we call that. La prof, the teacher. What would you put to replace that with a pronoun? In English, we'd say he or she. In this case, it's la, so it'd be she. What would you say in French? Comment dit-on she in French?
She in French is elle.
Oh, right. Julie and Bruno. So how would you, what pronoun would you use to replace them with? In English, we'd say they, but what would you say in French? There's two ways to say they. There's one for all females, and there's one
Elle or elle.
ILS, il, because Bruno's a boy and Julie's a girl. So you have one boy in the group, you have to use il. All right, so we have Lucie and Marie. That's two females, by the way, and we want to say they to replace them. What's they for two females in French? Elle with the S at the end. Right, you, singular and formal. Comment dit-on you, singular and formal? Can you tell me?
Il and vous.
He was right. But formal, sorry, that's wrong. Vous. Just the formal part. Two is only informal. So what would it be?
Vous.
Vous. All right, I. How do you say I? Comment dit-on I?
Ja.
Je. How would you say you all? Doesn't matter if it's formal or not. There's more than one person in French. Comment dit-on you all?
Vous.
Vous. They with only boys. And it doesn't matter so long as there's one boy. But what would this be?
Il.
ILS, il, right. Lucie et moi. Now, if it's me plus one more person, then it's not going to be I. What would it be in English? If I said,
They.
if I said in English, Lucy and I go to the store, I could replace that with what pronoun?
We.
We go to the store. So it's the same thing in French. Lucy, they don't say Lucy and I, they say Lucy and me, but it's still the same pronoun. So how do you say we in French?
No.
Nous. Nous. Hey, over here, Alain. Hey, Bruno, can you tell me what pronoun you would use to replace them in the sentence with?
Il.
Il, I-L-S. Good. She. Comment dit-on she en français?
Elle.
Elle. Comment dit-on he or Eric? What would you replace that with?
Il.
Il, singular. When I type I-L, I don't know what's going on. It's not showing up if I do one. I don't know if I've accidentally put in some other language or something. It's weird. I'll just do a capital L. You, singular and informal.
Deux.
Two, good. So in this case, singular and informal means what kind of person are you using it with?
A friend.
A friend. Good. Très bien.